Hi there. We have some hygienic design news coming in from Mexico, where the chair of the EHEDG regional section, Mexico, is very active in not only promoting hygienic design within his own country, Mexico, but also across the border to other countries like Costa Rica, Guatemala, and even Cuba. Marco, thanks for joining. As we all know, Mexico has many food processing companies located there to basically supply the Mexican and Latin American, but also the US and the Canada food market. Why do you reach out to these other countries within your region to propagate hygienic design?
Yes, right, Rob. And that is because we are really passionate for hygienic design. So we realized that there is no regional section in Costa Rica, which is a very important country in Central America, and Guatemala. So we are starting with working with them and looking to the Caribbean. We have been also in Cuba, and we are planning to start also with Dominican Republic. So yeah, we want to share the goal of EHEDG, which is to spread the hygienic design.
Fair enough. Great ambition. So can you tell us a bit about the cultural differences in the way that you approach these different countries? Let's start with Costa Rica, for example.
It depends on the country. Let me tell you that Costa Rica has a very important food industry because they supply Panama. They are based in almost every single country in Central America. So we have some companies that have taken the courses, the EHEDG advanced courses, and they have facilities in Guatemala, Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, and Panama. So Costa Rica is quite different. It's really developed country for food industry.
What about Guatemala?
Guatemala is very similar to Costa Rica. And there are many Mexican companies also in Guatemala, and they are very tied to Mexico, talking about commerce and, of course, food. So yeah, that I have captured the interest of the people about hygienic design.
Now, we all agree that food safety is important in any place in the world, in any country. But it becomes very important to integrate hygienic design if you want to export your food to other countries that have different food safety regulations, right?
So that's the key point.
I understand that there have been some developments in that area.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, and I have to talk about Mexico because as you for sure you know, we export a lot of food to the States and Canada. So we have to accomplish the American standards and the Canadian standards. And besides that, there is the international focus about hygienic design expressed by the Global Food Safety Initiative in the J2 document. So we are working on that, Rob, and let me tell you that we started 2 years ago because there was a Mexican delegation in Toronto 2 years ago when the Global Food Safety launched the G2 document. So we were there and we say, we have a huge opportunity here to start with the Mexican companies. And, at the very beginning, it was difficult because many companies say, no, we don't know how it's going to work. No, let's start first with the food safety culture.
Well, adopting hygienic design will always minimize food safety risk in food production. And I guess when it comes to how to deal with these local food processing traditions, that is up to the politicians, right?
I would say that's the challenge, Rob, because the politicians, as you probably know, they have also made the modernization of the general principles of hygienic. And they published that document in 2020. And they talk about food safety culture, and that's very important. So we have to take profit of that focus and going deeper on what food safety culture means to food hygienic design. That's a link between them. And we have to take the profit there and go deeper. You cannot have food safety if you don't have the correct equipment or the correct facility.
Exactly.
Like we have seen in this year with so many companies that had several problems with food recalls. So, yeah, I would say food safety culture is the key and is based on hygienic design.
Yes, and now that the new GFSI hygienic design benchmarking requirements are adopted across the world by various certification program owners, I guess this will also be a driver in your region to adopt hygienic design, right? I guess your companies there have to deal with FDA regulations. How does this all interconnect?
Yeah, and let me tell you something. FDA, in the Preventive Control for Human Foods, has the chapter of good manufacturing practices. And in the good manufacturing practices, there are several points that talks about hygienic design. It has been for many years. It's not new. But now that the CPOs are engaging with the documents of the Global Food Safety Initiative, it's like everything gets where they have to be. So they are going deeper. And this year in the hygienic design advanced course, we had the Mexican company, no, it's not Mexican, excuse me, but the Mexican representation of Tetra in our course. We have at least 16 attendees. So yeah, I think that we are in a very interesting time frame for the implementation of hygienic design. And I celebrate the BRC, and it's my understanding that IFS will also launch because they will be in the World Congress making a presentation. Yes. So yeah, I think that we are in the right direction.
We are moving in the right direction in the world, at least with regard to the adoption of hygienic design. That's great news for a change. Thank you very much, Marco. Another question from my side. There have been some developments in this trade treaty between Canada, the US, and Mexico. How does this translate into new investment opportunities in your region? And will you be talking about that in Munich?
With the agreement between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and we have yesterday a very special meeting between Biden and our president, and they are committed to increase the investments. So yes, of course, I will be there trying to reach our colleagues and invite them to come.
Marco Leon Felix, EHEDG Regional Section Chair in Mexico. Thank you very much for this interview. Thanks for watching, all of you. See you next time.
Our Global Hygienic Engineering and Design Community meets again on the 12th and 13th of October 2022 in Munich, a city where traditional and modern sit side by side. Join hygienic design professionals from all over the world to exchange ideas and best practices. More than 15 remarkable speakers share their experiences within food safety, food quality, productivity, and sustainability. What else is on the menu? Meet and greet, socialize and network, eat and drink. Join us at the 2022 EHEDG World Congress to share and learn, to inspire and explore, to network and enjoy.